This is Sarah Brett on BBC 5 Live Radio, interviewing me, John Cossham, on the 28th of May 2019.
Now, 25 minutes past 11. Does size matter? Or is it what you do with it that counts? Let's speak to John Cossham, who is a low-carbon activist and was officially recognised by Oxfam as having the lowest carbon footprint in the UK. John, congratulations, I suppose, is the thing to say, I guess. How on earth did you get to that point?
Oh, thank you, Sarah. It was a few years ago. It was actually in 2008. I was part of a carbon rationing action group, and we talked about carbon footprints and measured carbon footprints and kind of debated things about carbon, a bit geeky. And then somebody told me that Oxfam were running a carbon footprint competition and that I should fill in a carbon calculator and send it in. And I did. And then they rang back and they wanted to check my carbon footprint with me because it was very low. And we went over it on the phone, and it turned out that I had the lowest out of the 100 or so people that took part. So I wouldn't actually claim I had the lowest in Britain, because I'm sure that there are people who are living in a yurt in Happy Valley in South Wales who weren't on their laptop and weren't measuring the amount of electricity they used and the gas they used in order to fill in a carbon calculator. But my carbon footprint was just under a twelfth of the UK average using that calculator.
Can I ask you if you think, John, that the odds are stacked against us? This is me trying to abdicate myself from all responsibility, but I suppose in some ways. But that actually the world and the environment and the society and the culture in which we live is such an enabling kind of environment to consume and to be carbon negative, as it were. Not negative is the wrong word.
Right, well, you're going straight to the main thing, which is capitalism... are we going to be able to overthrow capitalism or maybe subvert capitalism, which is all based on consumption and growth, in order to not go extinct? I really don't know. I vacillate between feeling of doom that we are going to go extinct when I see how many people are addicted to shopping and consumption and not caring about stuff, and then I see inspiring people like the youth strikes and Extinction Rebellion, and I think, yeah, we have a chance to actually make a difference.
When was the last time you bought yourself a new shirt?
I generally don't wear shirts. I did wear a shirt for an Extinction Rebellion funeral. We did a funeral for the future, but it actually belonged to my uncle Robert, who died a few years ago, and I have inherited some shirts.
So you are a man that does not buy new clothes ever?
No, I can't remember when I last went into a clothes shop.
And is that how you apply to... How do you manage in all the other ways? So what sort of things do you do on a daily basis that is extraordinary low
An
level?
individual's carbon footprint is made up of their home energy and heating, their diet, their transport, and the stuff they buy, the gadgets they buy, and then there's the part of the carbon footprint that the government does for you, like hospitals and schools and the military and road building and stuff, and you have no control over that, but we should share some of that in our carbon footprint. So the carbon footprint that you have, that you have some control over, home heating, well, you can insulate your home so you need to heat less, and what I do is I have 2 smoke-free wood stoves and a fairly well insulated home, but not well insulated enough. I would really like a passive house where I didn't have to have the wood stoves, but then what would I cook on? Because I actually cook on my wood stoves, and I really enjoy that.
Can I just ask, because there's been a big backlash against wood burners, hasn't there?
Well, there are lots of different sorts of wood burners, and I have clean burn ones, which are smoke-free. And
what about water? How do you manage to keep down your water?
Well, water is another one. I just want to go about home heating and energy. Just briefly, we use 100% renewable electricity from good energy. in the house, and I generate some of my own on the roof. I also generate a bit of hot water on the roof as well as on the wood stoves. And the water, water actually costs a lot to pump in terms of carbon. It's a very heavy material, and so I don't like to use very much water. And I don't wash in the way that other people wash. I just wash using a wet flannel, and I wash every day, keeping myself not smelly, but not using much water. And I have a bath once a week or once every 10 days when I wash my hair with shampoo.
Presumably you walk and cycle everywhere, do you?
Yeah, I walk and cycle. I have a compost toilet because flushing is just one of the most ridiculous things that modern humans do. We clean up water using a lot of resources, so it's drinking water, and then we put it in our toilet and we do what in it? And flush it away to be cleaned up again. That's ridiculous. So a compost toilet is really easy to do. All you need is a bucket.
Let me just stop you there. A compost toilet is easy. A compost toilet is easy to do. If I live in a block of flats in central London, surely not.
I have a friend in York who, most unlikely compost toilet fan, middle-aged lady, lovely lady, and she has a commode with the bucket underneath, and I supply some sawdust, and every 3 weeks I cycle along with my bike trailer and I collect her human manure bucket and I compost it on my land, and then I take the bucket back.
Friendship. That is.
Well, it's actually a business deal because she saves money on her water meter, and she pays me instead.
Brilliant. John, what a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. Food for thought indeed. John Cossham, a low-carbon activist.
I don't think it's any coincidence that we've gone from talking about politics to compost toilets.
How would you do with the compost toilet? What do you do?
Absolutely.
How much effort do you make? Just bin plastic straws. Is that as far as you've
I'm
gone?
tapping out of compost toilets, and I appreciate that makes me a terrible human. But let me tell you something.
You're the younger generation, Salma. Come on.
I'm not that young, and I'm old at heart. And let me tell you, I will start doing a compost toilet when all the other corporations start changing the way they use plastic and the way they use energy and recycle, etc., etc. And when they start making a real dint, because actually, like, John sounds great with his compost toilet, but how much is he doing to save the environment, really? As an individual, yes, but isn't that just like dropping a drop of water into the whole ocean?
Oh, yes, but what's the old proverb? I don't know what it is, but it's along the lines that if we all thought like that, nothing would ever get done.
Yeah, well, the point is, when Tesco start eliminating plastic bags and using brown paper bags for all their grocery shopping and for fruit and vegetable, then we're starting to make changes.
Amy?
Then I'll think about the toilet.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm interested in this compost toilet. Would you come round and collect
Absolutely
from it?
not. No, I wouldn't.
Come
no.
on.
I
Oh,
wouldn't.
you two are bezies now, aren't you?
Not anymore. That's the straw that's
That's
broken.
where we draw the line. But you know, it's an interesting thing because there is that backlash now that's starting. The whole I am sick to the back teeth of being blamed for my individual responsibility when actually it's governments and big corporations that should be putting the yards in.
Yeah, when you think about the masses that they produce,
Yeah,
and compared to how much Amy and I will produce, it's on a different scale.
It is on a different scale, but isn't that abdication of responsibility,
Yeah,
Amy?
you've got to be doing your bit.
I do my
best.
100%, and I do my best. I'm all for. I'm getting rid of my car because it doesn't meet ultra low emission zones. I'm recycling. I'm not using plastic anymore. I don't drink from straws. I'm taking bamboo straws out with me. I'm doing everything that I can in those senses. And then now it's time for corporations to do a little something.
Long may the compost toilet live far away with John.
I have a lot of respect for John. I think John is a hero, and not all heroes wear capes.
Not all heroes wear capes, eh? They did start touching on the difference between individual action and government and corporate action, but they carried on chatting, and I wasn't given the time to tell them about Extinction Rebellion and our demands, which is a bit sad. But I'm glad I had the opportunity, so thank you 5 Live and Sarah Brett.